So when he parked in his spot, he covered up the word that rhymes with glass. It just read, "Billy Thompson is a bad." Don't even get me started on how dumb it is that he signed his own name, but that's Billy for you. As for all the things he did to make my life miserable, I don't even want to go there, because it makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it. But if you think he's above putting a can of baked beans down the back of my pants, you'd be wrong. The Benji Bean Butt song became so popular, the girls made up a jump rope routine to it. So I break all the records for missing the most school every year because I'm sick, and Billy Thompson breaks all the records for missing the most school every year because he gets suspended a lot. To be fair, he pretty much spends his school days being a troublemaker in general, and whoever happens to be nearby is collateral damage. But he has told me on several occasions I'm his favorite. Once I tried to explain to him that it's not very sporting of him to go after the weakest kid in the class, and I gave him that whole shooting fish in a barrel metaphor. But he didn't understand what I was talking about. So then I had to draw a diagram of what I was talking about. You know, how it's just too easy to shoot the fish because they're all bunched up at the bottom of the barrel. He just stared at me with his mouth hanging open. Clearly, he didn't get it. And then I had to spend the rest of the day worrying that I'd just sentenced a lot of innocent fish to a not-so-nice ending. Some people use words, and I guess others use baked beans. Now don't break out the miniature harps and the world's smallest violins to feel sorry for me. It's not like I'm the one everyone picks on at school. I keep to myself and try to stay out of people's way. I'd say half the kids in my grade know who I am. If they heard my name, they wouldn't make a face like they just ate something sour. I'm first known because I'm absent a lot, second for my winning sense of humor, and third as someone who always has his homework done. I'm friendly, but I don't have any close friends. I guess I'm what you would call a loner, which makes me easy prey for kids like Billy. Billy moved to town 2 weeks after the start of 3rd grade, and we officially met when he sat behind me in Ms. Perriot's 3rd grade class. He took an instant liking to me. Or rather, I should say he took an instant disliking to me. The problem with kids like Billy who aren't into school is they get bored easily. And when a kid like Billy gets bored, that's when the trouble begins. Billy's favorite thing to do when he was bored was move my chair when I tried to sit down. Sometimes he'd kick it forward, sometimes he'd pull it backward, and other times he jerked it to the right side. I usually ended up on the floor. Everyone in class would laugh, and my face would flush bright red. Finally, I got so tired of Billy, I race-walked through the hall before school to make sure I got to class and sat down in my chair before he arrived. This was when Billy started drawing on the back of my neck with black magic marker. I mostly scrubbed it off with a toothbrush when I got home from school, but one time my mom saw it. She immediately called the school, and by the next day Billy had been moved to another seat. But even though my prayers were answered and we weren't in the same 4th grade classroom, the torture had not ended. Now Billy looks for me before school, before and after lunch, and during enrichment classes like art or band, where the teachers weren't as strict about bathroom breaks. I know Billy hates me, but he obviously isn't on the top of my "these are a few of my favorite things" list either. But then again, he isn't well liked by most of the teachers or Principal Kreisky. There are plenty of days when I pass the principal's office and see Billy being led in there by a teacher or walking out with a scowl on his face. Luckily, even though Billy is stronger than me, I'm smarter. I have 2 class schedules memorized, mine and his, and even though we had the same teacher last year, this year we don't. I even dropped band because Billy was taking it too. I had a nightmare over the summer where he locked me in a tuba case. But the real danger, of course, is not in the classroom where there are teachers around. The real danger is in the hallways and bathrooms. It took me a week of serious recon work to figure out when it would be safe for me to use the bathroom. Billy tends to go to the bathroom a lot, before class starts, after lunch, and sometimes after school. I spent an entire night